AM 560. The Answer.
It's a Friday song right here. What you gonna do? Secede! That's what I'm gonna do, you rat pigs. Think I'm gonna pretend you're a government? Scumbags. Mike, Yorkville.
Sean, good afternoon and happy Thanksgiving, sir.
You too, bro.
Hey, I feel really bad just thinking about, who's going to be the person that's going to step up, just like they did in Operation Greylord. I'll give you, I lived during the time, but my dad told me about this later on, about what had happened. And my thing is, I look today, the only people that would be willing to go ahead and do exactly what happened in Operation Greylord and picking up all those judges and lawyers is people that don't have the authority to do so right now.
Yes, which is why you're exactly correct. And what that means is, we've known this, you and I and your father and the people listening have known this for years. Thieves cannot regulate themselves. Thieves cannot have oversight over themselves. Pickpockets do not cut their hands off. There are no virtuous anymore in Democrat areas. They've all left for one reason or another, or recognized the futility in pretending there were judges, there was a government, there were oversight. There's just more gangsters in higher positions. This is the point you have to come to.
There's only two things that I can think of there we're going to have to either do: ride this out for all these people to hopefully be gone one day, or B, there's going to have to be something that's going to be so dramatic, people are going to be shaken to the core, because they're going to be looking and saying, well, our system of government is basically gone at this point.
So there's the micro,
people, like you said, they just put in new rats into the whole thing.
Yes. So there's the micro and the macro, right? In every circumstance. The micro, how it affects you, and the macro, how it affects everything. This is how you have to look at it. So the micro means you have the decision as the individual, which is why, Mike, it's individual choices among different people. I have a handsome young kid in here who's going to be a producer, who I know is going to be great. He's studying with Squirrel right now. I love the kid. I don't know him. And I want to tell him, look, if you're my son, get the hell out of here. You cannot have a life in a Democrat mafia-run place. You cannot afford to be honest in a Democrat-run enclave. You can't do it. It's just too set up against you. Now, your other choice is, well, you could go along to get along. And if you're going to stay here, well, then go get a job in the fracking government where there are no economic realities, and you get a pension based on who you're loyal to and how you vote. That's what happens, which is why the only answer is what 33 counties decided in Illinois and gets zero coverage on the news. Secession is the only answer.
Yep.
See, it's in our founding documents. We don't have to fight each other. We don't have to be violent. We're here on an agreement and an understanding of law being enforced, or we're prisoners. And I am a terrible slave, man. I'm the kind. I would have never been a slave, because I would have killed the guy in the White House, in the big house. I would have.
Amen.
I would have. What are you? Is that the slave? Is that where the owner is? Let's kill that son of a gun, because I'm going to be free the rest of my life. And I will not tolerate it. And when you see these Democrats talk about property taxes in Illinois, when you see the governor ignore the actual laws and promote and incentivize and enrich illegal aliens in spite of his own people, game over. We're not getting along. So either you move individually, or you file the secession paperwork like those 33 counties did, and hope that somebody picks it up. Because the idea that you're held prisoner means you are the slave. And I will not be one.
John, for those people that are doing the secession, I mean, I'm in a county that they have agreed to, they would like to, but it's just a small organization. But, we've heard that about California. We've heard about the parts of Washington and Oregon wanting to secede, go to make greater Idaho. Man, I'll tell you what, I wish I could move out to Idaho. But the point being is, West Virginia did it. But that was so long ago, where we have people that were they understood law and logic.
But they just didn't do it they just didn't do it in their way, in their community. They did it in Washington, D.C. See, what those 33 counties should do is put together a delegation. Forget about trying to reason with this fat pig Pritzker. You go to Washington and you say, it is beyond corrupt. We do not have governance. Use any form of data. Use how corrupt the government has always been. And say, we want out. Can you help us, or is our only answer to just flee? Make them say. Make them give you an answer.
We have people in D.C. that would do that. Because most
Sure
of
you
them
do.
are waffling.
Well, that's the other thing. But there's a couple. There's one or two. I think there's a woman, Congresswoman. Her name escapes me, but she seems like she would do it. I would do it. Otherwise, your other choice is just take it, and I'm not taking. That's the macro. I mean the micro.
Yeah.
The micro is you pack your dung up and you get the hell out of there. And if the taxes get too big on any real estate you have behind, tear that son of a gun down. That's all I would.
Personally, Sean, I was hoping that some of those counties would just put up roadblock signs and do exactly what Daley did to Meigs Field.
Now you can't come in. No, that's the other thing.
Well, yeah, you just dig a big old swath right across the road and say you can't come in.
You've got done. 4 counties, three counties and 4 maybe in this state. They're in the mafia, and there is never going to be turning back. Never. It's over with. Cook County, forget about it. I've got a guest coming up, but I've got a great guest coming up, which plays right into this topic. And when you hear this fat pig, Fritz Kagi, talk about what property taxes are, if that isn't the straw that breaks your back, then you don't have a conscience or you're in on the scam. George, Naperville.
Yes, Sean, I don't know if you already thought of this, but what if Blago's book is all a lie?
Hey, don't you ever steal my title. Blago's a piece of dung, and I called it from the beginning. All this sympathy for him. They should have locked him in solitaire.